I'm not very deep into the Minecraft scene, but today I saw a tweet which I have to talk about. Now, GeorgeNotFound has been accused of sexually assaulting an 18-year-old streamer. So on March 10th, Twitch streamer CatyBugs alleged on her broadcast that she had been sexually assaulted by a significantly older and popular content creator at the beginning of summer 2023. The streamer didn't directly name her abuser initially, however claimed she was inappropriately touched while intoxicated by a creator 8 years older than her. Particularly, CatyBugs explained to her abuser disguised their non-consensual touching, where he slipped his hand under her clothes by asking if she was ticklish. Now, sadly, this is actually a strategy that a lot of sexual assaulters will try and do. You know, if you're kind of drunk and you're being all friendly with the other person, you're like, oh, are you ticklish? And then, you know, they assault them. It's a very easy strategy to pull off, and you kind of can't act like it was an accident and you're innocent, which I fucking hate. If you want to get with someone, be straight up with them. Just say, you know, I like you. And maybe they say no back and you're like, okay, cool. But don't be a little bitch about it going under people's clothes. It's fucking weird. Now, there is a clip where CatyBugs talks about it on stream. I am going to play it. However, it is quite upsetting to watch. So if you feel like it may affect you, just kind of tap the screen twice. The clip is 2 minutes long. So just skip through that and then you'll be back into the video. So yeah, let's get into it.
I want to start this by saying I wouldn't be here without Shelby. I was ready to disappear with this secret forever. I never knew that creators were allowed to talk about these kinds of things, and I guess I'm still new to it all. I just didn't feel brave enough, and I still don't. But her strength made me feel like it may be okay. A little while ago, my story had almost been leaked without me knowing, so here it is on my terms. Here's my story.
Now, I don't want to cut through the video a lot. I'm going to play the rest of it after this, but I just want to take note of how upset she is. Usually when you get people accusing someone of sexually assaulting them, they're more angry and kind of aggressive about it. This girl seems as if she has been fucking destroyed, which is why I genuinely believe her and I do genuinely feel bad for her. I feel like shit like this isn't easy to fake, and if you can fake it, you're going to have some sort of kind of psychopathic mental illness.
Last year, at the beginning of summer, I was assaulted by a significantly older and popular content creator. I was freshly 18 and had just graduated high school a few weeks prior. I remember a moment around October where I made a comment about a certain group abusing power over minors in their DMs, saying they had minors in their DMs. It was an absent-minded comment, and I apologized for it, of course. It was a possible subconscious jab out of my own personal resentment. My comments filled with people saying that I didn't care about grooming victims and that I thought assault was a joke. And I remember sitting there, reading the comments, scrolling over and over again, heart beating faster. Over half of the comments had him as their profile picture. I just wanted to die. I was embarrassed of myself, and I was angry, and I wondered if I could ever find peace.
Now, there's raw emotion in that clip. She is truly devastated about the topic that she's talking about. Whether it's real or not, to pull something off like that and show that you're that upset about something, something must have happened. You can't pull that kind of shit out of thin air. Now, following this event, fans quickly began pointing at GeorgeNotFound, who Twitch streamer and model Navarro explained is known for having a weird tickling kink. So, I mean, you know, these two do kind of correlate, but once again, you can't prove this kind of thing. You can accuse someone of having a tickling kink, but until they actually say it themselves, you don't really know. The Minecraft star later responded in a post on Twitter claiming he'd be addressing the assault accusations in a future livestream once he gathered all the evidence. I'll be doing a very serious stream later today. This post is just to make that clear. He wrote, I'm gathering all the information and evidence to share. He added, I would never and would never break someone's sexual boundaries or assault anyone. So off the bat, you know, he's taking this incredibly seriously. Whether he's actually done it or not, you have to take the whole situation seriously. Understandably, he's going to try and gather evidence to show that he hasn't done it. But if anything, if he hasn't done it, it would be better to just kind of prove her wrong instead of trying to prove his innocence. Because at the end of the day, if she is faking something like this, she deserves to rot in hell, but just as much as he deserves to rot in hell if he has done something like this. Now, in the replies to his response, George faced a ton of backlash from fans and fellow creators in the Minecraft community. I can't imagine the excuse you could probably have for what you've put her through. You're disgusting, one user wrote. I've just heard about the disgusting things you did. Horrible, said another. Friends of CatyBugs also had out explaining how they saw it ruined her life. and I don't want to read that out because that is so horrible. But I just want to make it very clear. I feel like something that everyone who is involved in this situation needs to take incredibly important note of. Unless you are the victim or GeorgeNotFound, or unless you were there and saw it happen, you don't really know what actually happened. Now, I'm not trying to defend either side here. I'm going to stay in a completely neutral position. But nowadays, it is incredibly easy to fake something just to gain a little bit of clout. Now, that isn't to go ahead and say that this hasn't happened, but we need to stay in a neutral position whilst looking at this until there is true evidence released. Now, when I say evidence, I'm primarily talking about, message DMs, videos, voice chats, anything where GeorgeNotFound has admitted to doing the things, or any chats where the girl is planning on basically gaining clout from the whole situation. Now, at first, CatyBugs didn't name who she was assaulted by, however, the streamer has now confirmed GeorgeNotFound was the creator she was talking about. The 19-year-old hit back at his response on Twitter saying, "We are waiting," she wrote, "Pull whatever you can find. I've also screen recorded everything. I planned on using it to support my case if needed, but please share it on my behalf if you'd like." Now, this response is incredibly strong. It shows that there's actually nothing to hide and that all the evidence goes up against him. She's not worried about it. She can, she's happy for it to all go out there to the viewers and for everyone to understand that that is actually what has happened. So she's not worried about any evidence getting out, whereas he, on the other hand, hasn't put anything out yet. Now, she continued her statement by saying, "Because we both know what happened. That's why I can sleep at night without scrambling for screenshots to try and twist. That's why you're scared, because me and every other creator know the truth. And you do too. That's something you have to live with." CatyBugs also added, "Yes, I was naive, but I have room to change, to grow up. 8 years exactly. And when I'm your age, I'll be 10 times the person you are. And you'll always be the 27-year-old still acting like a child. I'm not scared of you anymore. I've been waiting so long to say this, but you are a fucking coward. Goodbye for now." Now, I honestly think she is handling this situation incredibly maturely, especially for an 18-year-old. Nowadays, 18-year-olds have zero control over how they feel. They'll instantly kind of lash out, get aggressive. But this girl is doing an amazing job at actually backing up what she said and also showing that it has actually affected her. Now, usually when you get people who are accusing someone of sexual assault and they're lying about it, they'll be consistently adamant on them all the time, constantly trying to get something out of them, to get them to admit that they've done it. But this girl, all it seems like she wanted to do was just let people know about the event and then just kind of let the rest happen. And the reason why I can say that is because she didn't say his name in the live stream. She kept it completely private and she just wanted to let them know that she was going through something. Now, currently, GeorgeNotFound hasn't replied to that tweet at all. Hopefully he'll address it in his stream that he's claimed that he will do, but we don't know. Now, like what I said earlier, I think it's incredibly important as a viewer and not someone who's experienced it to just kind of stay in a neutral position for now until more evidence is released. I wouldn't go on either creator's kind of pages and just start bashing them. Just sit there, let it roll out, see what evidence comes out. Maybe we get some messages, maybe we get some videos, maybe we get some kind of screen recordings. And once it has been truly proved that, GeorgeNotFound has sexually assaulted her, then, people can stop ruining his life, I suppose. However, if GeorgeNotFound somehow pulls out some crazy evidence where this is all a lie against him, then, she also deserves just as much as he deserves in relation to if he had sexually assaulted her. Anyway, yeah, stay smart, don't jump the gun on things. Don't be a piece of shit either. That's about it. Adios.